So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll.
Grab a seat and brace yourself, because it's looking real bad for TylerPerry right now. The whispers have turned into full-blown confessions, and some men are finally stepping up to speak on what really went down behind those studio doors. Word is, Tyler's been using his power in Hollywood just like Diddy allegedly did, promising roles in exchange for wild favors. And it's catching up to him fast. His ex, Delilah, didn't just dip for no reason. She knew something wasn't right. And now the floodgates are open because one of the actors from his show The Oval has filed a lawsuit claiming Tyler did the unthinkable, assaulted him in the worst way, and then straight up threatened to ruin his career if he ever spoke up. That actor came with receipts. And what's allegedly in those messages? Tyler reportedly said stuff like, "When you have a big D and you hit the G spot right on these bottoms, they go crazy." That's what was in the messages, and it's got everyone's jaw on the floor. Jaguar Wright been trying to sound the alarm for years. She said Tyler used to be at those wild Diddy parties, messing around with way younger guys. But folks dismissed her like she was just ranting. Even Cat Williams once hinted that Tyler's obsession with dressing as Medea was deeper than just comedy, that it was about him wanting to live as a woman. But again, no one listened. And do you remember when Christian Key's low-key called Tyler out too? He once hinted that Tyler wanted him to spread his cheeks just to land a role, and people brushed it off like it was a joke. But now, it's starting to look real serious because the streets are connecting those dots. This whole storm blew wide open when Derek Dixon, an actor from Tyler's show The Oval, filed a jaw-dropping $260 million lawsuit against TylerPerry. Yeah, $260 million. He's accusing Tyler of using his Hollywood power to prey on young men and even assaulting them behind closed doors. According to Derek, Tyler lured him in with promises of a booming acting career. But once he got close, things reportedly spiraled into straight-up harassment and threats. Derek says Tyler would flip the script on him, acting like a mentor one minute and then hitting him with crazy advances the next. And when Derek wouldn't play along, Tyler allegedly threatened to destroy everything he worked for. It all started back in 2019 when Derek met Tyler at a work event inside the famous Atlanta studio. Tyler allegedly reached out soon after asking for Derek's number, and they kept talking for months. At first, it was all about potential roles until it wasn't. Tyler allegedly started switching the convo to personal, real, intimate topics. That's when Derek says he realized Tyler had other plans. And it didn't stop there. Tyler allegedly started tossing TV roles his way, first in Ruthless, then in The Oval, trying to reel him in with opportunity. But Derek still wouldn't fold. And that's when it got real shady. Tyler allegedly told him straight up if he didn't go along with the sexual stuff, his character would be written out, killed off, in the next season. The lawsuit says it loud and clear. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Tyler allegedly kept dangling that role over Derek's head like a trap, making it clear that as long as he kept him happy, his character Dale would stay alive on the Oval. That's some twisted manipulation if these claims are true, but it didn't stop there. It got darker. Derek says that while they were on set, Tyler started pressing him about his sexual preferences, asking real personal stuff that had nothing to do with acting. Then it turned physical. According to Derek, Tyler straight up pinned him to the wall, choked him, and asked, "You like it rough in bed?" Then he allegedly grabbed him by the throat and said, "Look how excited you just got." Can you imagine the shock? It gets worse. Derek says there was another time he was staying in Tyler's guest house, trying to stay professional, and Tyler walked in on him wearing nothing but his underwear. Allegedly, Tyler pulled those down, grabbed his backside, and said, "Relax, just let it happen," and tried to reassure him that it wouldn't hurt. Derek says he managed to get out of the situation by switching the topic quickly before it escalated. After that, Derek says he had enough. He asked to have his character removed from the show and even turned down an offer to become a writer. Anything to cut ties. But Tyler allegedly wouldn't let go. Derek came with screenshots too, Real text messages where Tyler reportedly said stuff like, "No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to F you. I would F you."
Speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience, what I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. This person was second me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. Not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes, and it'll be men tempting men. I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above.
But now, here's where the online drama kicks in. Some folks out there are speculating that Derek's exposing everything now because he's mad Tyler's moved on to others in the industry. Like he's jealous or feeling replaced. But let's be real, jealousy or not, if even half of this is true, that's wild on a whole different level. So here's where the drama gets even messier. That viral photo of TylerPerry chilling on a yacht with Brian Tanaka, Mariah Carey's ex, had folks side-eyeing hard. The internet went crazy, saying this might have been the final straw that made Derek spill everything. People out here saying Derek really thought he was Tyler's one and only, his main twink, only to find out he was just one of many. And it turns out, before Tyler allegedly set his sights on Derek, he was reportedly trying hard to get Christian Keys in bed too. Word is, Christian wasn't having it and kept curving him, so Tyler allegedly moved on to Derek out of desperation. Some are saying he needed a new sugar baby, and quick. You might remember when Christian had the internet in flames after he posted that video where he talked about a powerful man in the industry who used his influence to get with young men in exchange for roles. He never dropped a name, but the way he told it, everybody had a good idea who he meant. And here's the kicker. Christian never came back to deny it was Tyler. Never clarified nothing. Christian even said he had recordings of those wild convo where the man was making inappropriate requests and pressuring him into intimate stuff. But his brother told him not to go public with it, said it would mess up his whole image, and that's all he'd be known for, so Christian kept it under wraps. But the silence? It spoke volumes. And let's not forget the eerie similarities between Derek and Christian's experiences. Derek said Tyler caught him in just his underwear in that guest house and tried to touch him. Well, Christian claims almost the exact same thing happened to him, also in a guest house. He said he was tipsy off Hennessy, walked into his room, and boom. Tyler allegedly followed him in and tried to grab his private parts not once, but multiple times. Christian said he kept pushing him off, but Tyler wouldn't stop, just kept trying again and again like he was obsessed. Back when Christian Keys first spoke up, a lot of people came at him hard, dragging him online, saying he was clout chasing or making stuff up. But guess who wasn't buying the hate? Jaguar Wright. She stood 10 toes down for him and made it crystal clear. She believed every word. Why? Because according to her, she personally witnessed TylerPerry wilding out at one of those infamous Diddy parties. Jaguar claimed she saw Tyler getting real freaky at one of those events. And ever since she started speaking on it, Tyler allegedly put a gag order on everyone around him. Word is, he warned all the actors on his shows not to ever talk to Jaguar or even acknowledge her, and or else they'd be out of a job, fired on the spot. That's how deep it supposedly went. And Jaguar didn't stop there. During another fiery interview, she called Tyler all the way out, accusing him of using the church to launch his empire only to turn his back on it once he got to the top. She said he built his brand off church folks' support, made millions off those faith-based films, and then used that money to corner Black Hollywood for himself. Made it a monopoly just so he could keep all the power and cash in his own hands while doing the exact shady stuff he's being accused of now. She even spilled that Tyler barely gives back to the church community, and the one time he did donate? It was to Bishop T, who's got his own baggage and allegations hanging over his name too. This web is getting uglier by the day, and Jaguar's not backing down. So yeah, it's no secret, Jaguar Wright does not rock with TylerPerry, and after all this, she definitely ain't holding back now. She hasn't spoken up about the new lawsuit just yet, but let's be real. Knowing Jaguar, it's only a matter of time before she hops on live and drags him all over again. Might be tomorrow, might be tonight, maybe even in the next hour. And you already know, I'll be right here to drop all the latest tea when she does. Meanwhile, the internet is already on fire with reactions. One person commented, "Not shocked at all. TylerPerry has been rumored to be doing this to his male co-stars for decades. Finally, someone has the courage and integrity to not be bought off and take it to court." Whew! Another user chimed in, "Christian Keys could have walked away with that $260 million if he stood on business. He said Tyler assaulted him too. I believed Christian, but he recanted. I guess Tyler offered more roles and paid him off." And listen, a lot of folks agree. They're convinced Christian was really talking about Tyler all along. So now it's your turn to sound off. And what do you think about Tyler getting hit with this lawsuit? Do you think these men are telling the truth? And was Tyler really the one Christian Keys was calling out all those years ago? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in this wild story. This drama's just getting started.